If you are living by the Spirit, and if you love your neighbor like yourself, and all of these things, if you love your neighbor like yourself, you ain't gonna covet your neighbor's house and your neighbor's wife and all of those. You ain't gonna want to commit the sin against your neighbor. So that's why he said these laws encompass all the rest. Because when you do all these things right, you ain't gonna worry about the rest. You understand what Yeshua was saying when he said he came to fulfill it? When you do these things right, you can fall in line with the rest. You understand? He never come and get rid of them, you know. He come and get rid of some of the acts that was going on with the laws, like this killing the people and sacrifices and stuff like that. That's what he got rid of. But the father law still is in effect. So that's what you see. If a woman is in that position, right, and that time is on, whether he's a song leader or not, you shouldn't come on the altar. Because the altar is sacred. Yes, please.
So the father will not receive your worship?
What the father is blocking up? Tell me what the father is blocking up and then answer your question. What the father is blocking up? I deal with the altar. I ain't worried about down there. The father, I deal with the altar. I deal with the altar. Understand what I'm saying? And then anytime when that time on don't come church, I never said that. I am dealing with the altar. You understand what you say, right?
Yeah.
I never said when that time on don't come church. Because the father had women, I'm going to go back to the women leaders. The father had women leaders, he was still talking to me when that time is on. You understand what you're saying? The spirit was still talking to them. Let me tell you this way. The spirit was still talking to them. No. The judges, who were the judges? Who were the judges? The judges were leaders. The father said, I gave you my judges as who? Shepherds to lead. So his judges was not just prophets and prophetess, they were leaders. They were the one who was a friend. You understand? So the father always put a leader in place for the people to follow. So if the father had such a thing with women, why would he put Deborah as one of the leaders? Because she wasn't a priest, but she was a leader. Others had to follow. When the father tells she go and get a man, because you know what? As I said, the fathers will always look for a man first. But she was in place. She had a husband, but her husband wasn't called. She was called. Her husband wasn't in place. And I can say so. I can say so for a fact. Because if he was in his place, then the father would have called him instead of her. And because he wasn't in his place, even when it was time for war to start, the father said to tell she go and tell Barak that wasn't her husband. The father said she told another man, not her husband, to lead the army. But that man knew that when the father have a leader in place, he know that he ain't going to wait till she, I'm not going to war unless you come with me.
Hey, come on.
Because you know the father does protect his leaders.
Yes.
He was covering him one back, but he didn't carry out the word that the father sent to him. The father said the word, but he still didn't carry it out. Yes, please.
So would you say that she had better leadership skills than him?
That's the reason why the father chose in the first beginning.
Right.
She was the leader, the judges were the shepherds of the people.
She was called.
You had Moshe. You had Moshe. Then from Moshe you had Joshua. And then coming down through the line, Moshe was the leader of the people. Yes, please.
That doesn't mean to say all women have better leadership skills than the men.
No.
That wasn't that.
No, that's just for
Was individual.
that's just for that period of time. That is,
Yes.
the men it wasn't stepping up at that time.
Right.
Let's put it that way. The men wasn't stepping up.
Some of them still in step.
So if the men is stepping up, the father can find a woman. If the woman is stepping up, what the father can find?
Amal, yeah, but
If the man or the woman is, He use a chair, if you chair and stuff, and Father said, if I go raise up rocks,
Rock.
I can raise up rocks.
Yes.
Because we don't understand the Father I'm serving, Because we believe that the Father is only use men. A lot of people believe that the Father is only use men. But the Father said, even if I have to raise up rocks to do the work, I can raise up rocks. Because we don't understand the Father that we're serving. If you are not in your position, the Father can use somebody else.
Always do. He always do. And then, I just want to say this, and then when he
Start to use somebody else, the person who was laid back start to get an attitude and cause confusion.
A lot of them is cause confusion.
So listen, I'm just saying this to the church, take up your role serious because you'll get fired by the Father.
So when the people, don't forget, the Father had the leaders come down through the line. The judges coming down, then they get to Samuel. Right? Samuel was a part of the priesthood, but he ended up in the priesthood though. Because he wasn't a Levite. He was the only one that ended up in the priesthood doing sacrifices and stuff that wasn't a Levite. You understand that? So Samuel ended up in the priesthood, but he wasn't a Levite. But he was also what? The judge, the leader. So when the people start praying for king, they want a king just like everybody else. What the Father tell them? Alright, I ain't give one a king. The king get the list of one. The king is one the leader. But I ain't dealing with the king. I can deal with who? The Father said when they reject you, they reject me. So now one of them is subject to the king. But the king can be subject to who? He's subject to the prophet. He is still subject to Samuel. You understand? We don't understand what the Father King set up. He was still subject to Samuel, although he was the king. So the people is subject to the king, but the king is still subject to Samuel. Because the Father, as I said, people misunderstand that the Father leaders was really prophets and the prophetess. When Josiah, the young king, came on the throne, and the priest come and read the laws, and he realized how much foolishness Israel was doing. What you see it? Man, he rip the garment. I said, look, we did be foolishness for these all these years. I need somebody to inquire to the Most High for me. And what the high priest said? The high priest said, I know a woman. Yeah, I know a woman, she's a prophetess. Prophetess Hilda. Anybody ever hear about prophetess Hilda? No, she was a prophetess in those times. And the priest tell the king, I know a woman that will speak to the Most High for you. So why he didn't want to speak to the Most High for the king? Because he knew his place. He was the high priest. But he knew there was somebody in place by the Most High. You understand where you're going with this? He said, I know a woman that could go to the Most High for you. And then when the high priest and some of the other men from the king went to the prophetess and them, she said, I know what you all came for. They didn't even have to open their mouth. She said, go and tell your king. Because he humbled himself and rent his garment. The Most High said, the punishment that is coming will not fall in your time. You will escape it. But the ones that come after you can get it. That's what the prophetess said, told the high priest to go and tell the king. We must understand how the Father kingdom is set up. The most important people in his kingdom is his mouthpiece. And who is his mouthpiece? No. We got to know that and yeah, I don't even let you come up and say for this part. We got to know that the apostle is the highest in the Father's kingdom, which is another negative. The apostle is not the highest order in the Father kingdom. So Nabia, when you took that title. You actually downgrade yourself when you took an apostle title. Because you were an Nabiya before you were made an apostle. You was always prophetess Anna Ali. That was your title.
I still am.
So when the lady came from the States and appointed you as an apostle, no, who is an apostle? Anybody? Alright. Apostle. First and first is not an Hebrew word.
It's not in Hebrew.
No, it's not. Apostle is Greek. Apostle is a Greek word. And apostle means in Greek sent one.
Alright.
So when the Father was talking to his Talmidim, which is disciples, when he was talking to his Talmidim, and he said, no, that we're not qualified to be emissaries. He didn't call them apostle. You are not qualified to be emissaries, meaning want to carry the message. So you are not qualified, because don't forget, he was the one that was doing all the teaching. They were following. The Talmidians were following, and when they got enough teaching, then he said, no, you are qualified to be emissaries to carry the word, because emissary is the one that carries a message. Right? But we turn it around. We turn it around and see the messenger higher than the prophet or the prophetess. Now we turn it around. It gets turned around in scripture. That the messenger, each and every one of us here is a messenger. Because it is our duty to carry the word out. And that is all. Yes, please.
Right. I just want to know if in the Greek or the Hebrew, whereas compared to the English, where they have apostles first.
That's what Paul wrote.
Right. If in the Hebrew, if it's the same way, or through the English they have turned it around to confuse you.
There's a lot of stuff that get turned around. But as I say, if you understand the Father Kingdom, then you automatically know what to run from, what to run. If you understand how the Father Kingdom was set up. That's why that will start from the top to come up. If you understand how the Father Kingdom is set up, then you will understand that the Nabi and the Nabiya is the most important people in the Father Kingdom. The prophets and the prophetess.
So what is the correct order? Can you give us the correct order? Yeah.
The Nabi and the Nabiya will always be at the top, no matter what. No matter who king in place, no matter who president in place, no matter who in place. When they wanted some to hear from the Father, the Father should always send the Nabi. When, no matter King David, Saul, Solomon, whoever was in that high position, they still have to answer to the prophets. And every time they follow, when David followed, who the Father said, prophet who? Nathan. Say, yeah, because you do this portion, right? This is what happened. So they carry out the discipline that the Father wants to have. So if he wasn't in the highest position, how could he discipline the king? Understand what I'm saying? If he wasn't in a higher position than the king, how could he set up? You all understand what I'm saying? If we understand how the Father Kingdom is set up, then we will understand leadership is not just the priesthood. The priesthood is part of leadership. Don't get me wrong. The priesthood is part of leadership. The veil gets towards up, everybody can step in. Do not get me wrong. It is part of leadership. But the most important part of that is the Father prophets and prophetess. And people miss that because they don't understand how the kingdom is set up. So they don't understand that the Father had leaders in place. Although they had a priesthood, there were still leaders in place that even the priesthood had to answer to. People miss that. And because they miss that, they will say that a woman is supposed to do this and a woman is supposed to do that, not understanding how the Father Kingdom is set up. but there's still certain laws to follow. Yes, please.
So when you look at the different types of leaders that will fall under, you had the king, right? Then you had like elders, then you had princes of each tribe. Like, was the correct order in the according to the order Melchizedek, because we under the Messiah now?
Alright. I can get to that. Let me get to the other question.
In relation to the king,
Yeah.
how would the king relate to today's church establishment? Because I remember that when Samuel was talking to God, and God was saying to Samuel that the king would take away, the king would kind of dictate and rule and take all this stuff from you.
Yeah.
And people still wanted the king.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what's happening in the church today. So I want to know how the king relates to this end time church, to the current structure in the church.
Alright, only relate to this thing. Alright, let me take it piece by piece first, right? Structure. Where the Nabi or Nabi? The Nabi or Nabi? Right? You say in terms with the king and everything? In terms with the king and everything? Okay, alright. We have the Nabi or Nabi, right? As my brother said, the one with the vision, right? The one that you father talking to direct. Understand this, although there's a Nabi or Nabi, there's Nabi and Nabiyas inside the kingdom. But there's one that is above all.
Right.
Just like old Moshe was the mouthpiece, but they still had a whole set that was still here. But then them get up, they should start getting too big for their foot, right? Say that who's here from going through, so who he is, right? Understand there's always somebody in place at the top that others will fall on, right? So don't ever get disrespectful because you're hearing from the Most High and feel that you can overstep your leader. You understand? There's always a leader that is here, and yes, there's others on the leader that is here as well. But don't take that because you hear that you're better than your leader. Or that you want a better way to bring over something that you're better than your leader. There's always order. So we got the Nabi or Nabi. We dealing with the kingdom, right? Your apostle first come, your apostles, right? But it's first come the Nabi or Nabi. Because there's only Father kingdom set up. Then the emissaries will come after. The people that can carry the word.
They're above the elders.
No, the elders will come on in Nabi.
Oh,
The elders they come on in Nabi. Because the people that carry the word still have to answer to the elders.
right.
The elders will always come on in Nabi. But don't forget, Paul put the messengers first. There's
Summer, why would Paul, under the guidance of Ruah, have put it in that order if it is not really in that order? And is this, as Randy was saying, purely translation, corrupted translations?
most of what we have is a lot of corrupt translation. Let me put it that way. A lot of stuff that we have is a lot of corrupt translation. So that's why I say, if you understand the Father Kingdom, then you will really understand how the Father Kingdom is supposed to be set up.
I just want to share this scripture. Paul quoted this, and it's 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 27 to 31.
So that word there would be emissary and not apostle. Right? Apostle is Greek. And he said first comes the emissary. Or that is what we got. That is what we got. But we must understand the Nabi or Nabiya is always the focal point of the Father's kingdom. So even during the end times, that's why prophecy will be released over the people. Because you know what? It's what it began with. It is what it have to end with. Yes, please.
I'm reminded of something when Peter Drucker. There's a man from modern day thinking about this.
Wait, please. Like one. Keep yours.
Right. Peter Drucker, he's a fellow's regular management now for years, he's old man. But what he said was that leadership is doing the right thing. Management is doing the thing right. And there's a difference between the two of those.
Okay, Baba.
Very, very simple in modern day terms. Leadership is doing the right thing. And that is so germane for us in the house of Yah.
So we have the Nabi or Nabi, we have the elders, right? Then we have those, the Talmidims, the disciples, the emissaries, right? Who learn on the structure to carry out. So look what we got. We get first the apostles, then prophets, then teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues. So when you say governments, read it from that.
And you are a body of the Spirit and members individually. And Elohim has appointed these in the assembly. First, emissaries. Secondly, Nabiim. Thirdly, teachers. After that, miracles, then gifts of healing, helps, ministrations, kinds of tongues.
Helps, administration, types of tongues. Yes, please.
So this is
Right. So this is interesting. Looking at the spiritual pattern of leadership from the beginning till now, and I waited till now to say this. The prophets was always at the forefront of everything. Even in the time when this was written, when the Apostle Paul wrote this exhortation, from my understanding, the Apostle Paul still walked with Timothy, who had the gift of prophecy, and Timothy was basically his right hand man. Also, examining Peter also had the gift of prophecy. How do we know this? In the dimension that he always understood from a spiritual level who the Messiah was. And because he did understand that he was the leader of all the other apostles, he was the greatest of them. And on the day of Pentecost, the spirit of prophecy came upon him, that he was the one who spoke out and said, this is what the prophet Joel spoke of. And all of a sudden it began to flow. Going back even further to Yahusha. Before Yahusha came, there was John the Baptist.
Correct.
John the Baptist had the spirit of prophecy.
Correct.
And because the spirit of Elijah was within him.
Correct.
And in order for him to baptize the Messiah, he obviously had to have a greater position of somewhat authority in the spirit realm in order to baptize him.
Correct.
going back even further, we have to the time where in Daniel, where we have a different government now over Israel. Israel is now in captivity. Yet Daniel still outright King Nebuchadnezzar and every other king that came after him in the spirit realm. I had the ability to decree a word, and the son of Nebuchadnezzar died the next day. Because he had that authority in the realm of the spirit.
Correct. So what I hear about prophecy. Anybody else?
Yes, we go here.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Right. I love these discussions because I'm so sorry. Oh, I thought you meant me. Oh, somebody told me to sit down. All right. Well, that's how I feel. Right. I've been to Bible school twice. I'm serious. Been to Bible school twice, studied the word in depth. And I'm at the point, right, from being at these sessions where I'm throwing everything out the door. No, I'm serious. I'm throwing everything out the door because I feel as though I was taught a lie. You understand? Because it's crazy. Even concerning leadership, everything, the church, how it's supposed to operate. And I mean from 16, because I did my first Bible study, Bible school when I was 16. I was the youngest in the class. So everything that I've learned then and even recently, you know, because my mom was doing a Bible study course as well, and she did both sessions to a high level and whatnot. And all the things that they're teaching you is false. It is so false what they are teaching you in the church, and it will have people confused because if we don't go back to our Hebrew roots and really go from the original, I think we would have mentioned it at some session that if you don't use the Hebrew and we just do from what was translated for us because of something that was done deliberately, we will always be in darkness. That's just what I wanted to share.
And I also attend Bible school. My children used to go, get up, go to college, come back, and see us on the same spot. And ask us if we move for the day because we are studying. And one of the things that highlight to me in Bible school is that we should learn to speak eloquent. We should learn to twist the word up and make it sound nice. I learned that in Bible school. I remember that good. So you always have to practice to speak the better word and the one that sounds, real good and so on. But after time, I realized that that was cutting it because the people were still hungry. Because when I tell you about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and I fix it them up real sweet and use the eloquent word, it seems as though I this big educated picture. So right now we come back down to the ABC. Aleph Tav. And hear what? When you come in Mission House, it will sound like it's simple, but it's powerful.
Just to add to what the apostle was saying, that we come along the line. I also went to Bible school. And what she's talking about in terms of speaking eloquently and stuff like this subject was called hermeneutics, which is teaching you how to preach, basically.
Yeah.
And I had to throw that through the window as a prophetic person. I never was able to use my hermeneutics. I was never able to take the Father word or what the Father was speaking to. I'll put it like wrap it up in a gift and make it real nice. It never used to come up like that. Or I will write, and as soon as I get by the altar, everything.
Right.
Well, Well, I also went to Bible school. And coming to these sessions, to be honest, I just feel as though I know nothing. I feel as I'm back to the drawing board and I am now learning what is the truth. Because I feel as though everything that I've been taught, or most of it, let me say most of it, it's been a lie. Because even with this one, this is one of the things I would have learned in Bible school, you know, the order of the fivefold ministry. And I was taught that the apostle is, you know, the number one. So this now, I have to unlearn that and relearn about the Nabi and the Nabir now. So listen, this is like a whole new ball game.
Apostle is basically evangelist. And that's what it is. Apostle is evangelist. And we must understand, a lot of things have been taught to us coming down through the generations. And don't forget, the first person to set up the church was the Roman Catholic. And then a lot of people break off the Roman Catholic and they got all these denominations set up, but there's still a lot of lies in all of these denominations. So we have to, as you said, now we're going back to the truth. We must understand what the Father is trying to tell us.
And a teacher.
Because all of these different denominations that we're up and after that, the Bible, the Father calls she the great whore, right? And all the churches that they're called she the great whore and she many children.
All right. I just want to say this. One of the things they taught us in Bible school, and I couldn't understand why they're teaching us. But now I start to see that they was carrying us in Rome. Because they start to teach us about the dikenio and the diconio and a different type of servanthood, right? That was okay. But then they start to teach us about the penman. You ever hear about the penman? Anybody ever went into Bible school and hear about the penman? Huh? The penman, they call him the penman. And the Catholic, that is the secretary, he had a high position in the church. And they started to teach us these things, but it was not what I really wanted. I was wondering why they're teaching us about the penman. I didn't want to know about Rome and the penman. I come to Bible school to get some food, but I realized the pastors, they only teach you what they were taught. And some of them, when you try to get to them, to show them something, they're rebuking you. You're not going to them rude, but you're going, like for instance, we told this young lady that, you know, this whole decoration in her church is wrong for Christmas. She went to the pastor and she talked to the pastor. And he said, don't worry, there's some kind of thing and he messed up. She don't even understand what he said yet, but don't worry them. But not knowing that the Bible clearly says that those who do this, it's a doctrine of error in Jeremiah chapter 10, and that in the time of the visitation they shall surely die. Because we're dealing with the accursed thing, celebrating Christmas. So we need to come back to the holy days and leave the holidays.
Right. Going back to the altar now, right? So that's why when it's that sort of thing, ladies, and the Nabi call you to come and pray or so it is that sort of thing, so you know. Just mismention yours. It's that sort of thing. So excuse me to you. You understand?
Yeah.
Because you understand, you still have to show respect to the person.
That is gone here.
So when she call you, just don't come because she called you. Just say it's that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I need to sit down. And please, scripture also says to those men and women, if you have sex, don't come and you have to block it. You don't understand? You can't have sex and then come out here. There's a sex sheet also as well.
We scream palm, we scream real palm.
And actually, they got some leaders and pastors actually having sex on the pulpit.
Oh gosh. No, but it is true. Listen, it's a serious thing, Rabbi. Let me tell you something. Just the other day, a young girl came to me in my office, and she said the work she was getting money ain't enough to do what she have to do. So this pastor in the church next door to her, that she's involved with him, and she said when they go on the altar, he took her on the altar to have sex. What happened? She said, oh Lord, Father, now I'm gone. But hear what? The Father was grieved about it and gave you the vision to talk to the young woman. I don't know if
I know you're talking
right there.
I know you're talking.
Well, no, I just tell you what was happening and why the Father had to get a minister to talk to her. So the thing is, it is going on in the house. It goes on the altar, before the altar, and when nobody went to the church, me and the sister went the other day and said, in the church, in a lonely part, a young woman and a man in the church. He said he teaches cheap music. So we was wondering what next. Well, my mind went off because of what I know. So then we relapse our brains and leave that to the Father. We pray.
So there's a serious stuff happening that the Father is very displeased about.
Yeah.
And as I see it, we have to get things right up here before we can see the flow that's happening on site.
That's right.
Because yes, we can see some stuff, but when we get everything right, then we can see more. We have to get everything correct and in order. You have a picture, you want to sleep with, but you don't want to. And anybody else, before you go, let me try.
I'm going to ask a question on behalf of the faith.
You got to be brave, you go to
About intercourse and all.
Right, because I want some clarity on that too, because there's
Right.
if it's in the marriage covenant.
Right.
Is that also on true?
Yes.
Whether it is in a marriage covenant or not, if you are a pastor and you are married and you have sex with your wife before you come and preach without bearding, it is stench to the Father. Not only you don't clean up yourself before you come out here.
Not only on the
Are you not the scripture?
I have the scripture for that in Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 18. 18.
Alright, before you read it, right? Before you read it, that is why even when you are going to fast, the Father said, if it's only one of the couple going to fast, ask the other couple permission to go on fast because you cannot have sex while fasting. It's not because in marriage is good to have sex, yes, but during fasting and certain things, you still cannot have sex during those times because it's still. You understand what I'm saying? But read the scripture.
Alright, I'm going to start reading.
We ain't get to you.
Alright, this is Leviticus chapter 15. I can start from 16 and go to 18. And if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water, and be unclean until the even. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation
which is sperm for anybody I know.
shall be washed with water, and be unclean until the even. The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water, and be unclean until the even.
Wait. So you already can't cover the altar the same day.
We must understand what the Father requires from the people that can be up here. As I said, we have to get things right up here before we see things in front. If we don't get things right up here, then we can only get part. We only can get part of what we're supposed to get. But when we start seeing things in front, then because we always say, but wait, this ain't happening. But if we're doing this right, wait, this ain't happening. Because we didn't get everything right up here first.
We rest. We're chilling on the Sabbath. That's what we doing. We chilling on the Sabbath. We're chilling on the Sabbath. I know y'all go to church on Sunday. They all confused. We're chilling on the Sabbath. But we chilling on the Sabbath.